Yo, welcome to another episode of the Keeping It Wood podcast. Sorry for the delay. Um, so here's what happened. Yesterday, I decided that I was going to trip on mushrooms and record this podcast. It did not go as planned. Yeah. Um, I ended up just petting my dog for like 15 minutes and staring at the wall, and then I started talking about the cracks in the wall, and I wanted to have a highlight reel of this because it was pretty funny, but I didn't even record it. I forgot to press record on the camera, so whoops. So we're gonna try this again. This episode is brought to you by PCP. Just kidding. We don't do drugs here, do we, bud? All right. JJWoodComedy.com. Got a lot of upcoming shows coming up. Uh, let's see. We got Saturday, the Michael Murphy's Dueling Piano Bar. We're doing a show there. It's me, John Wallen. Curtis Newsome is hosting. You got Will Davis and Wes Corwin on it. It's going to be a great show. That's a fire lineup. Sunday, we got the Lively Beer Works comedy show hosted by Nick Campbell. That will be at Lively Beer Works, obviously. Who is on that show? I know it's me, obviously. All right, there it is. It's me, Caleb McCurry, Brett Jennings, Curtis Newsome, and Nick Kissy, hosted by Nick Campbell. Tickets are $5 in advance, $10 at the door. Go check that out. And then Sunday, also, I have the Zuma Comedy Show. Now, Zuma, we have switched it to a quarterly show. That gives me a chance to be able to bring bigger comedians in from other cities and stuff. And this first one I'm so excited about. We got Mitch Burrow. Mitch Burrow was the host of Dumbest Criminals on Fox. He also tours with David Lucas all over. And he's also he's a killer, bro. Really cool dude. I'm stoked to have him on. Also got my buddy Mike Eaton from Austin, Texas is coming up. Mike Eaton, he's got a special out on YouTube. He is fucking hilarious. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. I love his passion for food and snacks. But yeah, it's going to be a fantastic show. So don't miss out. The Zuma Comedy Show. That's a free show. It starts at 8 o'clock. Seats fill up really fast, so get there early and reserve your spot. Today, the sponsor, I'm wearing my Jason Scott t-shirt with dog hair on it, mostly because it makes me look super buff. See that? Yeah. Jason Scott is a good friend of mine, and he is fucking putting out bangers after bangers, man. So if you get up on your streaming sites or whatever and look up Jason Scott and the High Heat, dude, they're a fantastic band. Definitely go check him out live as well. I'm going to try and get him on the podcast pretty soon. You might notice that right here, I got a little dick and balls. And it's a rainbow dick and balls. So if you guys have been following along with this podcast, I just want to let you know this is a big step in the right direction. Big step in the right direction. I opened for Kristen Key on Sunday. Fantastic comedian, super funny, and she was a really, really great person. Her and CJ Starr. And yeah, dude, the dildroner, the dildo bandit, the sultan of schlongs, the vibrating vigilante, gave her a big bag of these dicks. I still didn't get to meet the person that is doing this, but I feel like I'm in the step in the right direction. In the right erection. I just want them to tell their story. I just want to get into contact with them and just, fuck, I'm such a fan, dude. I mean, it's so funny to me to put fucking rainbow dicks everywhere, dude. That's just hilarious to me, and I love it. I respect it, and I want to get them on the pod. Dude, I'm fucking with some chips and salsa today. I am from New Mexico, as y'all know, and if you don't know, now you know. And Allsups is one of the best convenience stores in the world, in my opinion. Yeah, there's Buc-ee's, Allsups, everyone else, whatever. But they have some really fire chips and salsa, or the salsa. This is the Hatch green chili one. And if y'all know me, I love spicy food. I love green chili. It is a part of my life. I've been reading reviews on places, places that I go to, places that I work at. It's just a good hobby of mine while I'm taking a poo. I read this review about a comedy club that I've worked at, and this lady is like mad that they discontinued the lava cake, which they didn't discontinue it. They just switched up the recipe, whatever. And I honestly think it's better. But this was a gist of her review, and this is what she sounds like to me. I'm really disappointed this establishment has now discontinued the lava cake. It's the only reason I came. And now I will not be returning. It's like, fuck, dude, she must have really liked that lava cake, you know? I mean, she could just go to Chili's. I mean, Chili's lava cake is pretty good in my opinion. I've been having that one for years, dude. Chili's lava cake hasn't been the same since 2006. They need to get their shit together. I can imagine being the comedian looking at her. It's like, hey, miss, like, what do you do for a living? And she's like, don't even bother with me. I'm just here for the lava cake. I'm not even staying for the headliner. I only stay for the host because it took so long to get the lava cake out. I get it, though, dude. Like, I fuck with lava cake heavy, but I really hope this lady decides to, come back and enjoy some comedy and the new and improved lava cake. All right, the would you rather question of the week is, would you rather wake up naked in a forest 5 miles from home or in your underwear at work? I mean, what kind of forest is it? Is it a happy forest? Is it a dark, forbidden forest? Like, am I going to wake up and see the cast of Bambi all happy? Or I'm going to, like, wake up to, like, the Blair Witch Project style house or forest? Fuck. I mean, and do I have to, like, walk 5 miles through a forest? Because I don't mind walking around a forest naked. I mean, that's how God made us, right? I just don't want to have to, like, walk past, like, a hair salon or, a tattoo shop or an Applebee's. That would be weird. But waking up in my underwear at work, I mean, it just sounds like something I would do anyway. So, I don't know. I think I'll go with that. I've actually been in my underwear, just my underwear, at work, multiple times. Yeah, even just like a denim Speedo dancing on top of the bar. Why don't I just go ahead and show that clip? Yeah, see, I had skills. I don't know. When I was growing up, we lived in the forest or in the mountains. So, like, we didn't go to house parties or anything like that. We just went out to the forest, lit a bonfire, had some beers and some weed, tripped on some shrooms, and had a good time. And I remember I had this minivan called Jungle Love. It was my first car. It was a 1988 Mazda MPV minivan. It had hubcap spinners. Yeah. skate stickers all over it. I had orange shag around the mirror, orange shag dice. I took out the middle seat, put like an orange shag rug in the center. Dude, I was a cop's wet dream to pull over, basically. One time we were just like partying out in the forest, and then I just stayed in my van that night, and I had a sheriff come knock on my window, and he's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Oh, being responsible. I decided to stay in my van last night instead of drive home." And they're like, "That's cool, dude." And then they left me alone. However, this was senior year, the day before Thanksgiving break. And I had pulled up to school, realized that I had my pipe in my car. So I cashed out the bowl real quick and, went to class. And they called me into the office during second period. Now, I thought I was just going in for a drug test, which I was going to do what I always did and just say, I don't have to pee. And then just wait there for a while. But, yeah, here's the thing. They were drug testing me for theater. The fuck? I was so mad about that bullshit. Like, I won Best Actor in 2006, dude. The fuck? You know where I got my inspiration from? Weed. And I told that to the athletic director. I'll say it to his face today if he's still alive. Mr. Wall, that was a bitch move, bro. Don't do that. Don't drug test the artist. Well, come to find out, it was not a drug test. And Miss Bassett was the secretary, dude. She was a real one for this. But she tells me, JJ, you need to go and meet the police officers at your vehicle. Like, she told me what was up, dude. Like, yo, toss your shit, dog. And I was like, fucking, thanks, Miss Bassett. You a G. With my eyes, I didn't actually say there were people around, So, yeah, I had to toss a really cool pipe. That sucked. And I met the cops at the car. They're like, yeah, the drug dogs sniffed out your vehicle. No, they didn't. You just stereotyped me. It's okay. So they're searching through this car, and it was like pretty messy, dude. There was a lot of garbage in that shit. So thank you, OKC, or Ruidoso Police Department, for cleaning out my car that day. And they didn't even they found like a leaf of some weed. And they called my mom over that shit. The day before Thanksgiving break, dude. That was some bullshit. And they're like, it's not even enough to get them high. Yeah, but it's enough for you to fucking call and like make my Thanksgiving awkward, you fucking prick. Fuck you, Mr. Johnson. I'm just kidding. He's probably a nice guy now. Probably smokes weed now. Actually, now that I think about it, the cop that busted me owns a dispensary, last time I heard. So yeah, that happened. I got to let's see, the movie of the week was the movie Waiting. Came out in 2005. It's got Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, Anna Faris, David Koechner, Andy Milonakis, amongst others. It gives you a glimpse into the lives of the service industry. It's the day in the life of the servers at a restaurant. And I'm not going to lie, man, if you've ever worked in the industry, you're going to have some flashbacks from that. Oh, look at you, so happy, boy. Look at you, so happy. He's a happy boy. It goes through all the different stereotypes that are in most restaurants. You have the wise dishwasher, and I don't know if you've ever like washed dishes, but like you were just chilling, washing dishes, which is like a pretty meditative thing to do. So you're gonna come up with some wise thoughts, He's also the therapist in that, which, I mean, he dishes he dishes out some good advice as a dishwasher. See, that's wordplay, baby. That's why I make money telling jokes sometimes. Let's see. You also got the coworkers that are dating, but they don't know if they're official. I've always said, like, don't fuck your coworkers, but I mean, I've been guilty of it before. So I get where they're coming from. You got the stoner bus boys, which is Andy Milanakis and fuck, I don't remember what that other dude's name is, but you got the stoner bus boys, which, I mean, honestly, if you're gonna be a busser, or even if you're just gonna be in the service industry in general, listen, if you go to a restaurant or a bar, 9 times out of 10, the server or bartender is on some sort of substance, either weed, alcohol, or list off all the other drugs that you can name off. They are not sober ish. They will not be sober. Let's see. But yeah, so I used to be a busboy at this restaurant at a racetrack in Ruidoso, and the manager was cool. Like, everyone knew, it's like, yo, JJ smokes weed, but he's a hard worker, dude, so just let him do what he wants. Every now and again, man, this manager, his name was Dan. Dan was cool as fuck. And he was like, JJ, you need to go take a break? And I'm like, sure do, dude. And I would just go into a broken ice machine. So it's like one of those ones like outside of like 7-Eleven where you just like go get bags of ice. And I just sat in there and just like hotbox that bitch. I mean, I could have also gone outside and smoked a bowl, but I don't know. Sometimes I like to smoke in exotic places. So, yeah. There's also the jealousy of someone getting promoted. Now, that's a thing. It's a thing that happens in the service industry. I mean, it happens. So, I worked at places before where I had someone like 10 years younger than me bossing me around. And, it's, kind of bugs you a little bit. I mean, it can. So, like, I get it. But they're also qualified for the job, or more qualified for the job than I was. I also didn't want that job. I don't want to be a manager anywhere. I'm having a hard time just managing myself. You also have, the servers that absolutely hate their job. There's that character in there. Fucking hates it. Psycho. Just needs to just not work there, But the money's consistent, so you stick around, You got the shitty customers, bro. Like, honestly, you have the ones that think that the server or the bartender wants to bang you. Dog, they don't. They're just trying to do their job. They're just trying to get your money. They ain't going home with you. If you're out hitting on the bartender at the bar or the club, dog, they're 9 times out of 10, bro, they're not going to the after party, bro. Like, they're tired, They got to clean. They got to count down their drawer. They got to go hit up Whataburger. Yeah, they're not going to the after party. I think T-Pain kind of ruined that for us because he's got everyone under the impression that, like, the bartender wants to fuck you. And that's not always true. It's always the daytime bartender. Then there's the hang after work, man. The bonding with your coworkers over some beers and weed and other illegal substances at a party after work, That right there. That really brings you together, and it makes the environment more pleasant to work in, when you have a staff that can actually stand each other. It also has like Ryan Reynolds and David Koechner kind of like hitting on the underage hostess in that movie. It's kind of awkward. I don't really think that this game or that movie could be made today. So, yeah. It came out in 2005. So there's a lot of things that are not PC per se. The chaos of the rush, man. Like they get into that. Like people, man, I kind of had some. I had a couple flashbacks and stuff of crazy dinner rushes, lunch rushes. Like it's chaos for a minute. So yeah, the Rotten Tomatoes scored it 30%, but the audience scored it 75%. So fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. Waiting is a great movie. All right, we're gonna do this. Bad advice. That's right. I'm issuing out some bad advice nowadays. Mostly because, I try to give people advice on certain things and they just like don't listen. And so I'm going to start telling people to do the exact opposite and make the world a better place. How to do taxes. Don't pay your taxes. Fuck them. Have you seen what's going on in this world? Have you seen what's going on in this country, bro? These politicians don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. There was that one dude, it was like last year sometime, some guy that works at the Capitol here, some dude that works for the government, got arrested outside of a bar because he refused to leave at 2 a.m. He goes, I make the laws here, do. And yeah, fuck that guy. And I have to pay that dude's fucking salary? That's some bullshit. You got other people that are like filming porn. They're filming porn in like the Senate room after hours, man. The Senate after dark. Fucking, I ain't getting laid on that. Like, why do I have to pay for that shit? Like, I'm not clapping no cheeks in the Senate room. I would like to do that. That'd be cool. But I'm not paying other people to do that shit. I don't know, man. Then you see like AT&T went down, Facebook and Instagram went down. Like, oh, JJ, the government had nothing to do with that. The fuck it didn't. The fuck it didn't. They're hiding shit from us. I want to really know what's going on in Antarctica. They don't want to tell us. I mean, shit, dude. We're paying these politicians to shit themselves on national TV. They really just doo-doo in the pants, bro. And we're paying for this shit like it's our kink. Fuck taxes, bro. Don't pay for that shit. I think that is all I have to say for today. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I always appreciate you guys. I always enjoy doing this. jjwoodcomedy.com. Go check out all the upcoming shows. Buy a t-shirt. Support the cause. I also have Funny Boy Up bracelets. Or the Funny Boys Up bracelets will be on sale at shows or at select shows now. Those are $5 a piece, so make sure to get you one of those. Support the Funny Boys Up movement. It's our time, dude. Pete Davidson walked so I could get ran through by someone's dusty ass daughter, bro. Like, let's support the cause. That might get me canceled. jjwoodcomedy.com, at jjwoodcomedy on all your social media platforms. Have a good day. Peace.